All right, let's jump right in and crack the code on one of the most predictable parts of the digital SAT, the grammar section. Now, I want you to forget everything you think you know about writing beautiful, complex sentences. Today, we're here to master the rules of the game. So let me ask you this, right off the bat. What if the goal isn't to sound like some literary genius? What if the test is actually looking for something much, much simpler? Seriously, just thinking about this one question can change your entire approach. And this is the key. The one idea you absolutely have to get. You have to see the SAT as a logic puzzle. It's not about artistic flair or style. It's about building sentences that are structurally sound and logically perfect. It is all about control. Okay, so to crack this code, we've got to start with the basics. We need to understand exactly what the SAT considers a correct sentence. We're playing by their rulebook, right? Think of this as the blueprint. Every single correct sentence on the SAT must have these three things: a clear subject, who or what is doing the action, a clear verb, what's the action, and a complete idea, something that doesn't leave you hanging. Anything less than this, or, too much stuff crammed together, that's a trap. And speaking of traps, oh man, the SAT has its favorites. So let's meet the three main opponents you're going to face. If you can learn to spot these, you are already halfway to a much better score. First up, we've got the fragment. This is basically an incomplete thought trying to pass itself off as a full sentence. Like, because the experiment failed. And then what? What happened? It just stops. It leaves you hanging. It's a total cliffhanger, and the SAT marks that wrong. Every single time. Next up, the run-on sentence. This is where you've got two complete ideas just smashed together with nothing in between. The data was clear. That's a full sentence. It proved a theory. That's another one. It's like two sentences fighting for the same spot, and yeah, the SAT does not like that. It's messy. And finally, the sneakiest one for sure, the comma splice. This is when you try to join two complete sentences with just a lonely little comma. See, a comma all by itself just isn't strong enough to hold two full sentences together. On the SAT, that's illegal. Straight to jail. Do not pass go. All right, so we've met the bad guys, we know the problems. Now let's talk about the solutions. The SAT gives you a very specific set of legal tools to connect your ideas the right way. So let's open up the toolkit. These are your 4 SAT-approved legal fixes. You can use a period, boom, 2 separate sentences. Simple. You can use a semicolon to connect 2 ideas that are super closely related. You can use a comma with a conjunction, your fanboys like for, and, nor, but. Or you can turn one of the sentences into a subordinate clause. If an answer choice uses anything else to join 2 sentences, it's wrong. But, beyond all these specific little rules and tools, there's one ultimate rule, a secret weapon really, that will guide you to the right answer almost every single time. If you get this one concept, you'll start eliminating wrong answers like crazy. So what is it? What's the one word the SAT test makers value more than anything else? Think about it. It's not eloquence. It's not sophistication. It's clarity. That's it. That's the whole game. The entire goal is to communicate an idea as clearly and as directly as possible. Every other grammar rule is really just there to serve this one ultimate goal. So what does clarity even mean to the SAT? Well, it's pretty simple. It means we know exactly who or what is doing something. We know exactly what they're doing. And the main point isn't buried under a mountain of extra fluffy words. The test absolutely hates unnecessary wordiness, repetition, and vague stuff. Which brings us to probably the most useful tip I can give you. This simple little equation. When you're stuck between two answer choices that both seem grammatically correct, always bet on the one that is shorter and clearer. It's the best tiebreaker in the whole game. Okay, ready to level up? Once you've got the basics down, the SAT likes to throw in a curveball, the misplaced modifier. It's a really sneaky trap, but guess what? It all comes back to that main idea, clarity. Just look at this example. It shows you exactly what I'm talking about. The wrong one says, running down the street, the backpack was heavy. So, wait, is the backpack running? No way, right? That's confusing. It's not clear. The fix is to put that descriptive phrase, running down the street, right next to the person who's actually doing the running. She. The modifier has to clearly point to whatever it's describing. Okay, so we have the rules, we have the tools. The last piece of the puzzle, it's all about mindset. To get a top score, you have to stop thinking like a creative writer and start thinking like a test taker. This is the big leagues, right here. This is the move that separates good scores from great scores. So many people just read with their ears. They pick the answer that sounds the best. And that is a huge, huge trap. A high scorer reads with their brain, with logic. They ignore how fancy a sentence sounds and just check, does it follow the rules? The right answer might sound a little boring, but it will be perfectly clean and correct. And that really is the bottom line. I want you to burn this into your brain. SAT grammar rewards boring correctness. They are not looking for the next great American novelist. They are looking for someone who can follow the blueprint, use the right tools, and build a sentence that is clean, clear, and logically sound. And look, here's why this is all so worth it. Because when you really get these rules down, something magical happens. The grammar section gets so much faster because you're not guessing anymore. Those traps, they become totally obvious. And your confidence just skyrockets because you know exactly what you're looking for. So I'll leave you with this thought. When you stop seeing grammar as this artsy matter of style and start seeing it as a system of logic, the entire test changes. This isn't just about avoiding red marks on a test. It's about taking control. So are you ready to make this your easiest section?